What's happening, everybody? Welcome back to Overzeal Arts. Today we're going to be discussing the Dragonball Daima series that comes out in fall of 2024. This series is being made as a celebration or whatever of the 40th anniversary of Dragon Ball, the original Dragon Ball. Okay, so Dragon Ball Daima means evil, apparently. Like, why is that in the title? Is it like the protagonists are being turned evil, or they facing against evil? Obviously, they're going to be facing against evil because that's what it's always been, right? Now, I'm going to go into some things that I like about it, some things that I don't like about it, but it's not anything like really set in stone because there's nothing to see yet aside from the trailer. So this is all based on the trailer. One thing I don't like exactly is them being kids again. It's the main thing that I hated about Dragon Ball Z. I don't know, it's just something about it being better with them being adults. Like, that works for the fighting scenes for me particularly. If you feel different, let me know in the comments. It's kind of weird because I feel that way when it comes to Dragon Ball Z, but when it was Dragon Ball, I had no problem. I also have no problem with Hunter x Hunter, with Killua and Gon being children and they being the main antagonists and always fighting all over the place. I also don't have a problem with My Hero Academia. But they're like older, they're in like high school. But when it comes to Dragon Ball, maybe it's because they were turned into children that bothers me so much. Another thing to consider about that is that shonen appeals to young boys like 12, 13. So that's where we get like the Gohan being, how old was he? 11 or 12, and he saved the world that young. That's weird to us in America because in America, the heroes are adults. Now, if you watched my last video, I'm going to put it here. I said that Dragon Ball was low-key better than Dragon Ball Z, better than Dragon Ball Super, and definitely better than Dragon Ball GT. Y'all could still let me know how y'all feel about that in the comments. But yeah, in Dragon Ball, the fights were just way more better because it had more technique alongside of the power. Like, there was power combined with technique and different things and actual martial arts going on. It wasn't just, I'm stronger than you, so I'll win. I'll just overpower you no matter what your technique is. With things being that way, it kind of like flushed out the other characters. They can no longer catch up. A question I see different people asking is this Dragon Ball GT all over again? And I'm like, no way, bro. Do not give us Dragon Ball GT 2. That would be insane. But no, based on the trailer, it seems like there's going to be a sort of recap of the history, like a replaying of historic things that happened throughout Dragon Ball. Because you see things like Majin Buu standing next to Babidi, it looks like those two people, I guess they're going to be the main antagonists of the series. You see them viewing things that looks like broadcasts of the past. So yeah, I think it's going to be a retelling of historic events in Dragon Ball, but with them as children. However it works, we'll see. Now, one of the cool things about this is that Toriyama is going to be more involved in it as far as the character design and the storytelling. So, you know, with his involvement comes certain things like the comedy is going to be in the forefront. It's going to be a major aspect. So expect it to be funny. I'm looking forward to that. And there's going to be more focus on techniques and skills, which is something that Toriyama always put in his work, but he kind of got away with it in Dragon Ball Z. And I think in Dragon Ball Super, he wasn't as involved, and you see how it escalated there. So I think it's going back to that. I'm not sure, but I think I heard something about them being turned back to children being the vehicle to getting back to using like more techniques and more skills. But once again, we'll see. Now, the art style is fire, bruh. I love it. It looks similar to the art style that they had for the Broly movie, which if you've seen that, that was like top-notch animation right there. It was top-notch. I didn't seem to see much CGI, and the CGI that I did notice was really smooth. I noticed that Shinron was kind of CGI, and also the Lookout Tower was CGI for sure, and it didn't look like it like stood out of the 2D animation, which was fire. That's dope. I have in my notes diverse world as a bullet point, a main bullet point, and I have no clue what I was talking about because that's all that I wrote down. But fresh thought in mind with that is, if it's gonna be similar to the original Dragon Ball, the world is gonna be pretty diverse, like diverse characters, and like Dragon Ball Z and Dragon Ball Super even kept up with the diversity of characters, but more or less so than in Dragon Ball. In Dragon Ball, they were out there. If you want to talk about diversity, Dragon Ball has a character named Boss Rabbit who can turn you into a carrot. That's the type of stuff I'm talking about when I'm talking about diversity. So, will I be watching Dragon Ball Daima? Yes, sir, I will. I shall be watching Dragon Ball Daima when it comes out. 2024. The fall is coming. That's like almost a full year from now. I'm excited to see what the plot is going to be. I hope it's not going to be anything generic in Dragon Ball, things they can get away with it because they're Dragon Ball and we're going to watch it anyway. But if so, they got us again. They got us. They got us again. But yeah, that'll be all. Hope you enjoyed the intake. Hope you enjoyed the drawing that's been going on in the background. I appreciate you for watching. Like, comment, subscribe, all of that good stuff. I got this video here that you can check out if you're an artist, why Toriyama inspired you to draw. I'm out.